Coming to you from Holland this time to do a little wreck dive here on a 17th century wreck down here at about 40 meters behind me. So just met up with a guy I know from Holland, and we're gonna do a little dive here. But before we go diving, the subject of this little video is dive planning. Just to meet up and expect that we're just on the same page and think that we know what we're both thinking underwater is utopia. So let's go inside and have a cup of coffee first, and then we'll talk about the dive plan before we come back and get wet. So we just agreed on a plan, wrote it down in wet notes, so we know when we do the pre-dive entry we can quickly go over what we just planned. So finish our coffee and we're ready to get wet. It is a bit windy out there, so we took that into consideration, that we want to plan to get back to the shore instead of making a free ascent. So it's going to be a third usable gas plan. The good thing is we don't need to put on lines because there's a line going from here to the wreck, so that's super nice. We used the normal acronym for planning the dive, the GLAD acronym, and that just covers all the basics. I'll put a list up here on the screen for you to see. But wow, the wind is really blowing. I hope the microphone is not too rough on you. But we'll get in the suits right now and we'll get ready for a nice dive. You know, the thing is with a dive plan that during your course or your training you might think that a dive plan takes a lot of time and it requires a lot of planning, and it is an easy step to skip, especially when you do the similar dives over and over again, where in reality the dive plan doesn't have to take up that much time, especially if you do the same dives over and over again. It's just a nice and easy way to tick some boxes and to make sure that the whole team is on the same page. And this just helps with, breaking off dives under the water where people don't understand what each other are saying. And especially if you have to change the dive due to circumstances, visibility, team separation, failing equipment, all that sort of stuff. It becomes much easier when there's a plan in place. So practice. Take 5 minutes of your time, or 15 as we were doing. We're having a good talk over a cup of coffee, but take some time to plan the dive, because it'll for sure give you some good dives as a result. You've all heard the acronym plan your dive and dive your plan. Now, to be able to dive your plan, you need to have a certain amount of situational awareness about you when you're under the water. Because if you're so focused on dealing with yourself or with your equipment or just managing whatever camera you bring underwater or whatever, you might not have enough situational awareness to actually dive your plan. So to be able to have those two things talk together, training is key. So keep your dives simple, plan them, and see if you can follow them. Well, we just surfaced from a nice dive. Everything went flawless. We found the wrecks, both of them,
Yes.
at the line, so that was really nice. I always think it's amazing to see, let's get out of the wind a little bit, amazing to see that it's like a time capsule, like it's like 17, when did it went down?
1747.
Okay, well, 18th century wreck, 1747. It's amazing how long that was there. And the structures are still visible, as you can see in the video. I think it was nice.
Yeah, it was a cool dive.
A little scooter play at the end at the deco stop, so all
great.
in all, very easy.
Thank you. It was good.
Yeah.